What's going on, everybody? Peter Dewey from FanSided here. Today I'm joined by an NBA legend, Hall of Famer, four-time scoring champ and MVP, Allen Iverson. Allen, thank you so much for joining me today on behalf of Pepsi and the Zero Right Bracket Challenge. How are you doing today?
Great, man. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Before we get into the Zero Right Bracket Challenge, I want to talk that with you, obviously, today. I have a couple of basketball questions for you. One, actually, recently in a conversation I had with Jamal Mashburn, he mentioned we were talking about today's game, and he mentioned he thinks you could score 40 points a game in today's NBA. I'm sure it's a question you get a lot, but I was interested on your thoughts of him saying that.
It's a great compliment. And that's my man, Maul. You know what I mean? And he know basketball, so obviously, you know, his word is bond.
Yeah, so today's NBA, so much spacing, so much three-point shooting. Obviously, you were a three-level scorer in your career, one of the greatest scorers in NBA history. Do you ever think about, the possibility of if you were in today's game, what you would be able to do?
No, I don't think about it until y'all bring it up. You know what I mean? Like I mean, I just watch basketball, man. I don't be into into all of that. You know what I mean? Like I understand that Um, my era was my era, and you know what I mean. This era is what it is. You know what I mean. I don't get into all of that. I don't have, try to have no flashbacks or anything like that because all it does is you know um make me obviously want to play more and old as I am. You know what I mean. Um, I try to leave that alone. I just try to leave it in the past.
I get that. I get that. Is you mentioned, you like to watch basketball still now today. Any players you enjoy, especially guards, to watch the most right now?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I love Steph. You know what I mean? I love Kyrie. You know what I mean? It's a lot of guys. I love Dame. Um, I love I love Shea. You know what I mean? It's a lot of guys, man. You know what I mean? Luca is one of my favorites. You know what I mean? I love watching Luca. I always get my popcorn and get ready. You know what I mean? When it's Luca time.
That's a great list. You got a couple MVP candidates in there as well. You mentioned Shea. I would love to ask you a question about him. He's kind of made this massive leap the last couple of years, especially as a scorer. What have you kind of seen in his game that's really developed over these last few seasons?
Everything. His whole overall game, you could tell he doesn't concentrate on one area of his game. You know what I mean? He's so skilled, like he can do everything on the basketball court. And I obviously that's a testament to him going in there and knowing that he has to work on every single part of his game. And you can see it. It's showing.
Definitely. One thing I've always wanted to ask you, AI. One of my favorite moments and one of my favorite photos of all time is you stepping over Tyronn Lue in the 2001 NBA Finals. I think it's one of the coolest moments in NBA history. But I have to ask, did you know immediately after that play that that was going to be an iconic moment, or was
No.
it something after the fact?
Hell no. No, no, no. I was just playing basketball, you know what I mean, and competing against a true warrior. You know what I mean? A true warrior. You know what I mean? That's how I look at Ty Lue. You know what I mean? Someone that's a tough fighter, competitor. You know what I mean? From my reaction, the way it all ended up, you know what I mean? You could tell, um, from how everything went down, what he put me through. You know what I mean? For me to react like that. You know what I mean? Because that's how tough and a problem he was for me.
So one thing, yeah, that NBA Finals, you obviously went up against Kobe Bryant, one of the greatest players of all time, Shaquille O'Neal, just an amazing Lakers team. You also played during your collegiate career in March Madness. Was there anything to kind of equate the two, March Madness versus the NBA Finals? Was there anything similar about the two?
Just the excitement, just the magnitude of everything, knowing what was at stake. That was it. You know what I mean? The top level, you know what I mean? The top tier. of basketball. That's what it was.
This year for March Madness, you're partnering with Pepsi for the Zero Right Bracket Challenge. Can you tell me a little bit about how that partnership came about and what you guys are doing?
Just a beautiful thing. Just you know, obviously me being who I am, um, and then my experience in March Madness, um, and just I think for both sides, just a great collaboration. For who I am to the sport, and you know, what Pepsi is trying to do when it comes to our game. Just a beautiful thing.
For the Zero Right Bracket Challenge, you have any strategy filling out a bracket yourself this year? It's
No,
obviously
man.
so tough.
No, no, no. I mean, the commercial says it all. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, because these guys are so tough and they believe in themselves, and you never know. You know what I mean? You never know. So it's hard to pick. You know what I mean? It's just hard, man. You know what I mean? These guys are fighting, for what they want, for their dreams and what they want out of life. So that's the beautiful thing about it. You know what I mean? You never know. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? It's incredible. It's incredible.
It-
And I'm just happy to be a part of it. You know what I mean? And for Pepsi to just, you know, to involve me in it, you know what I mean, and make me a part of it and try to make it bigger than what it already is just a blessing for me.
It's awesome. That's awesome. In your career in college basketball and March Madness, you had some really amazing scoring games, some really great games. Is there any memory for you from playing in the NCAA tournament that stands out?
I don't want to make it a negative, but it is just not advancing. Like that was heartbreaking for me. You know what I mean? Because you have that dream. You know what I mean? You want to get it done. You have the personnel to get it done. You know what I mean? You believe you have everything and know, the night before that, it's gonna happen. And then when it didn't happen, like it was just heartbreaking for me.
Gotcha. Hey, I have one more question for you that I saw recently. Carmelo Anthony on his podcast, he talked about playing one-on-ones in the NBA, and he said he had never lost one. And one immediately what came to mind was like, did he play AI? I can't imagine AI never got Carmelo in a one-on-one. So I was curious, did you guys ever play one-on-one, and did you ever beat him?
No, I don't think I don't think me and Melly played. I don't think we did. You know what I mean? And then, if we did, it would, obviously it would have to be all, you know, perimeter oriented. You know what I mean? Because if he
Mhm.
post me, it's a wrap. You already know. And
Mhm.
nobody can stop him in the post anyway. You can't stop him regardless, but definitely can't stop him in the post. So I don't even think we had no one-on-one games. We probably did some shooting games or something like that, but one-on-one, nah, I ain't trying to mess with that dude.
Gotcha. AI, thank you so much for joining me today. It was a pleasure. Great to meet you. And love to see you partner with Pepsi for the Zero Right Bracket Challenge.